morning, comrades. Today we have a very special type of Ring Tracktor content, namely no track time, no cross-country trip, but actually kind of detailing. Previously, Pete, who is there, he washed my car, and after that I was like, holy shit, let's not never do it again, because when I bought this car, everyone said like, hey, why did you pay so much money for it? It was 3,200 euros for a Golf 4 TDI, and I said, because it's such immaculate condition, it's so great. And technically, it was great. And it's also like one of the last Mark IVs produced. And I was also saying like, oh, the paint is so good, so awesome. But then we washed it properly, and then it wasn't as awesome anymore. However, after he washed it, I wasn't quick enough to make a video of it, so I couldn't show you the bad shape of the paint actually. But anyhow, today we're going to wash it, so we're going to go through the detailing or washing process, and we can see the shape and state of paint, talk about the detailing and washing the car, and also see how the brakes look like with combination of Pro Track wheels when they are clean. So let's put it in the shade and get started. One more thing, actually I remember that and I apologize for that, I'm very sorry dear tractor and dear audience, but I haven't washed the car since he washed it. So we did actually 2 trips from Nürburgring to Croatia and back, and we collected all these bugs and a couple of laps as well. So yeah, let's see how the car is going to look like afterwards. Alright, so the car is in position. Before we start, first verdict. Shade.
Most important part of today, keep it in the shade.
Especially when it's in such a bad condition as this car. Yeah. Keep it away from...
No, it's never a good idea to wash in straight sunshine, because you don't want anything to dry on the car. So keep it in the shade, keep it cool. That's the biggest part.
I mean, the Ring Tracktor is cool by itself, so...
not ice cold.
Ah, okay, yeah, well, we can ask Moritz to take a lap in it. That would be good.
So we'll start with the wheels. That's where I usually start, wheels and tires, just because they're usually the dirtiest ones. Then we'll use a little bit of a pre-spray on the front for the bugs. We'll foam it, rinse it all down, and then do a proper hand wash and dry.
Cool.
We'll tackle the interior.
So what do you use for the wheels?
So we have, well, for wheels, I have Dodo's Mellow Yellow. It comes in a ready-to-use format, but I dilute it 1-to-1 with water, so half water, half Mellow Yellow. It's a slightly acidic wheel cleaner. Okay. But in most cases, diluting it 50-50 is good enough for our use. Okay. For the tires and the wheel wells, we have Total Wipeout. It's a general or all-purpose cleaner. Works on the inside as well. Okay. That's easy peasy. So we'll just spray it on, try and get it everywhere.
So that basically takes the iron dust off the brake pads, or what does it do?
This is not one of those color changing, bleeding ones. This is a slightly acidic wheel cleaner. So it's more of a general purpose cleaner. But it doesn't change color. There is also, can't remember what it's called, but they have, Dodo does have a color changing one, which does react with the brake dust and iron particles. But most of the time we don't need to use it. This is generally enough. If they were really, really bad, not with just like brake dust, but if they were much, much worse than this, then I would rinse them down first with just water, but these are not too bad, so. Okay. Just a little bit of a brush, just to get into the corners, difficult bits. And you can already see how much the foam is turning brown and gray and...
Yeah, you're gonna love the other side, because the drive shaft boot was broken, and it's covered in fat and grease.
We'll get it out somehow.
Yep. Right, we're done the first wheel. The next part is the tire.
Yeah, so for the tire I'm using the Total Wipeout all-purpose cleaner. Just spray it on. And also I usually do the wheel arch lining at the same time.
The big question is, usually when you think of cleaning tires, people think of like Stan's boys rubbing their tire in and having all grease and then sliding out in a corner in a lamppost. What does this thing do? It's a cleaner. It's not like really grease.
Yeah, it's just a cleaner. It's an all-purpose cleaner. It's designed to just take out all the muck and unnecessary oils, everything like that from the tires. So usually if you don't clean the tires separately, over time it will start becoming brown, it'll start becoming gray, everything like that. It just doesn't look right. So even if you don't use any kind of like tire shine or anything like that, it's a good idea just to clean it. And you can already see how much brown it's actually just lifting off. And these are almost brand new tires. Yeah,
2,000 kilometers roughly. So 3 kilometers, and in total about, I would say, 5 laps.
Yeah. So there's always going to be something in the tires, and it just makes it look clean.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I mean, if everything else is clean and you have a brown tire, then it's like...
Yep. And you're gonna rinse it off immediately.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't want to let it dry.
Nice.
And then repeat 3 more times.
Cool. Important, if you don't want the government to track you, make sure to get rid of your 5G antenna. Cut it off. And now for the dirtiest one.
Yay!
Yay! Now we can see really those products are working.
CV grease.
Yep.
Always fun.
So the reason why the CV boot was torn is because this is a PD100 car. So stock comes with 5-speed gearbox. We put a 6-speed gearbox on, which comes with different drive shafts, but it would rub on a PD100 hub. So because you would be on a knuckle, not on a hub. Because PD130 knuckles, which are now installed to fit the big brake kit, come with a bigger spacing for the bigger drive shaft. So in case you're doing a 6-speed gearbox conversion on your Mark IV Golf, make sure to do the knuckles as well, because then you can also fit the big brake kit obviously, but otherwise you're gonna have an issue. Surprisingly enough, it came off very well for the first time. Just some corner spots.
For the first hit, yeah.
Nice.
Did I miss anything?
There's just tiny bit, we're not gonna...
Alright.
It's fine. Next step is...
Bugs in the front.
bugs on the front.
So, we have Dodo's
Crudzilla.
Traffic Film Remover, TFR.
Uh-huh.
It's basically like a pre-wash, more aggressive than just a snow foam.
Uh-huh.
That's usually used on the entire car. But
Yeah.
this car doesn't need it. I mean, it's dusty, yes.
Yeah.
But it's not like you drove it through a field or anything like that.
Oh, it's a tractor, so you don't know.
But I mainly use it for the bugs.
Okay.
So anywhere where we have bugs. Wing mirrors, windshield, all the entire
All the
front of
front.
the car.
A license plate.
License plate. I just spray it on, let it dwell for just a little bit, and then foam on top of it.
Okay.
The foam keeps it wet, it lets this thing do its job a little bit longer, and then we rinse everything off.
Okay. Easy as that. So you just let it work in, you don't need to brush it in or anything?
No, just spray it on, leave it for just a little bit, and before it starts to dry, I foam on top of it.
Cool.
So then the foam keeps it wet, doesn't let it dry, it works even better. And then rinse everything off in one go.
So next, install the foam lens.
Foam lens, and we have about half a liter of water, 50 milliliters of iFoam, Apple iFoam.
Apple iPhone.
Apple iFoam.
It smells like apple. It doesn't taste like one. Yeah, it doesn't taste like it, but...
Tastes like soap. But then we still have the TFR in the front, so I'll just cover everything.
Okay.
And also the wheels, tires, everything, just go for it.
Oh, I wish you could smell it. It really smells like apples. Getting hungry. But at least healthy hungry when you want green apples. I'm getting covered in soap. Fully brazzers here. So how much did we use?
About half of what we made. So
Okay.
we had about maybe 600 milliliters of the entire product, and we used maybe half of it.
Okay, 600 together with water, you mean?
Yeah, with like water and product, we had about maybe 600 milliliters.
Okay.
A little bit more than half a liter, and we used about half of it. So
Yeah,
with a full liter bottle of everything, you could do 3-4 cars.
yeah. Or,
Depending on the size of the car.
of course, yeah.
One T6.
And how long should you let it work in?
As long as possible. As long as it doesn't dry out.
And then you wash it off?
Rinse it off.
And that's why you do it in the shade, so it does not dry out.
Yeah, it keeps the foam on longer so that it has more time to function, do its thing. The thing with the foam is basically it's softening the dirt that's on the car. Then we rinse it off preferably with a pressure washer to get as much of the dirt off the car before we actually start rubbing it down with shampoo and wash mitts and everything like that.
Okay, it's all rinsed off.
Pre-wash is done. Now it's hand wash with supernatural shampoo.
Okay.
So we have shampoo in one bucket, just clear water in one bucket.
Yep.
Clear water just to clean our wash mitts in after we took the dirt off of the car. Then we grab more shampoo and then wash a second panel.
Cool.
And cool little trick, if your shampoo doesn't foam enough for your taste, if you want more foam, just grab your pressure washer, dunk it in. Now you got plenty of foam.
I'm sure kids will love it. So people often ask why you don't wash from top to down, because I always get these comments whenever I film.
Okay, so with pre-washing, I usually rinse from bottom upwards.
Yeah.
Because we have all the cleaners on the car, and if I start rinsing from top to bottom, I would rinse off all of this cleaner before I actually push off the dirt with the pressure washer.
Uh-huh.
With the shampoo, the thing is I usually start from the dirtiest spots, so bottom, below, and work my way up, just to keep the shampoo running down and keeping the bottom parts wet longer, so that it doesn't dry.
Okay.
Rinsing off the shampoo, I start from top to bottom because it doesn't really matter. There's no dirt on the car anyways anymore, so it's just to get the shampoo off.
Okay, well that's
the quick and simple of it in my opinion.
No, cool. That's
everyone has their own opinion and everyone does it different, but
yeah.
This is the way I do it.
Okay, well I'll follow your way. Bottom up. And what type of movements should you make?
Straight movements according to the airflow of when you're driving the car. So not circular, and it's not Karate Kid, it's not wax on, wax off. I use straight motions according to the airflow, and you don't need any pressure, just gently wiping it.
Nice. Would need some anti-racing airflow stickers to find the airflow. Okay, while later we're done. What's next?
Rinse.
Just rinse.
All of it off.
Okay.
Like I said, top down on shampoo. That's
first my hand. First time we get rusty brakes. After the second rinse, what's next?
And we dry the thing.
Okay.
So, drying towel, and I have a little bit of, which is actually called Dodo detailing spray.
Oh wow! No fancy name.
No fancy name.
We need to talk to PJ.
Yeah.
I think it's like really. So it cheapens the brand, I would say.
Yeah. So what I like to do is I like to spray it straight on the drying towel, just a little bit, just a few squirts. The thing with microfibers is a clean and dry microfiber doesn't want to pick up any water. It's hydrophobic, it repels water. But once you get it damp a little bit, especially with something like a detailing spray or a quick detailer, that helps to break down the surface tension of the water, and then the microfiber can actually pick up the water.
Okay.
And it's as easy as gently wiping it.
And this time you're wiping in the opposite direction.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
As long as it's like airflow direction, it doesn't
Okay.
matter. Back and forth. But it's one wipe and it's completely dry.
Yeah. Nice. One wipe and it's gone. Wow. Well, it looks a lot better already.
Quite a bit, yeah, from the outside.
What's next?
Time for the inside.
Inside.
So
what do we do?
I usually like to start with the glass.
Okay.
So we have clearly menthol, Dodo Juice, alcohol-based window cleaner, just easy. And the biggest tip is to use 2 microfiber towels.
Okay.
One wet with a cleaner and one dry to get all the stripes off, so that you don't get any runners or zebra stripes or anything like that after you're done. So
okay,
quite easy. You don't need much, just a couple squirts, and it does evaporate by itself quite nicely. It doesn't leave that much behind. So then after the glass has been done, I usually start with all the plastics, leathers, fabrics, everything like that. I leave the vacuuming as the last step. So usually, especially on door cards, down below you get like people kicking it and everything like that.
Oh yeah.
And then of course all the handles, everything where you touch, you can feel usually they're quite sticky on the inside and whatnot. So for that we use the total wipeout. The same thing that we use for the tires and wheel arches. Works perfectly fine in the interior as well.
Okay.
Doesn't need much. Just a couple of squirts. And wipe it down.
Ooh,
That's just the one door card.
wow. We need carbon fiber door cards for easier to clean.
Yeah.
Next up.
Just a normal vacuum.
Okay.
One thing that really helps with a vacuum, especially to get in between the seats and every tight corner, usually comes with most of the vacuum cleaners.
Yeah.
And then one trick that really helps is a brush.
Okay.
The thing is, I'll show you. What really kicks me off is all these tight corners, tight crevices, everything like that. And with a vacuum, it doesn't usually do the trick.
Yep.
So that's where the brush comes in. So you can use the brush to basically like move the dust around.
Yeah.
And a vacuum right next to it, just to suck it out.
Okay.
And that works on like every possible tight little corner everywhere. Also like all the tight nooks and crannies in the middle console, in between here. Just a dry brush.
Yep.
That's all you need. Wipe the dust off and then the vacuum right next to it to suck it all off.
Yep.
Other than that, it's just normal carpet, seats, the usual stuff.
Oh, we're gonna do the steering wheel.
Yeah,
That's clean.
that's clean. We'll see how much of dirt and how much of color we get off. You need a new steering wheel.
Well, we definitely need it. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. And that's just the top half of it.
And for the finishing touch, many people have asked me to remove some old sticker that was on the car, on the dash when I bought it, because it was very annoying on the onboard videos. The reflection of it. What are you using for that?
So we have from Dodo Supernatural Tar and Glue Remover.
Oh, okay. So basically, stickers removal speaks for itself.
It does what it says on the tin.
I'm gonna have to use a blade for the sticker. While we grab that, what's happening here?
Got some issues.
Issues?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
that's impossible.
where's the crack?
Just through this gap here, where the end of the spanner is.
Oh, I see it. I think.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But it's okay, I have another manifold, so.
Cool. Same one or different?
Yeah, same one. Just built a bit better.
Cool.
Fun, huh?
It is. Old cars are fun. So your fault that that thing is standing there and I have all the headache. I'll never forgive it. It's a really inconvenient spot to do white lines. Well, I didn't manage to completely remove it, and that's not because I'm lazy, but because, yeah, we have no notifications. Thank you very much, but what time is it? Come on. Oh, there we go. I have only 1 hour left of TF, or actually 45 minutes, and I want to do some laps for extra content for you guys. So on that note, I'd like to say thank you very much, Pete, for all the explanation on the products that we use from Dodo Juice and how we should use them. And yeah, if we can get this dirty pig, this tractor dirty after plowing through a field, although Pete thinks we didn't, but I think we did, then you can do it definitely also with your car. And they have web shop, right, on their website?
DodoJuice.com.
Yeah.
And it's a web shop. They will deliver just about anywhere in the world.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure like some other detailing shops in the world supply their products as well.
They are present in almost every single, at least modern country. So
yeah, cool. Well, shoot Pete on Instagram a message if you want to have some additional info regarding the products, or obviously also the Dodo Juice themselves. And see you next time. Thanks again. Bye.
bye.
And just to finish, a quick look in the sun. And here you can see all the bad details. And yeah, especially here. I'm actually kind of thinking of respraying the car. I know it doesn't make sense because it's not worth it, but then again, what else is like not as expensive as the whole car itself?